Garniff, I've rescued Biscuit.
You have? Oh, is she hurt? Was she frightened? Are you all right?
It was terrifying for both of us. We are both fine.
Biscuit is fine, as am I. I was able to rescue her without much incident.
Oh, mercy. Where poachers are concerned, I tend to expect the worst. I cannot wait to get her home. I so miss seeing her dance in the evenings. Such joy.
I'm sure she'll be glad to be home. I'd like to be compensated for my efforts. She's safer with me. I'd like to be compensated for my efforts. I'm sure she'll be glad to be home. I'd like to be compensated for my efforts. She's safer with me. I'd like to be compensated.
You can have her back for the right price.
Of course. I would pay any amount for the safety of my dear Biscuit. Oh, my sweet little Biscuit, my wise, noble moon calf. And here is your reward, of course. Well deserved. As I said before, you have restored my faith in wizard kind. You've restored at least a modicum of my faith in wizard kind. Biscuit and I can't thank you enough.
Bombarda! Defender!
Level 28. Quests. It's all gobbledygook. In the shadow of time. Tangled web. In the shadow of time. I received an owl from poached egg. Poppy sent me tangled web. I told Crispin Dunn that I would travel to Erinshire and check on his friend Mary. Check on Mary Port. Poached egg. In the shadow. Crossbar. Level. Talents. Map. Hogsmeade. Tomes. Zonko's Joke Shop. Hogsmeade. North Hogsmeade.
It's not like her to forget.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
You said you had news about the dragon. What's your gran research? What? You said you had news about the dragon. What was your gran sending you?
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howen for the measles.
You said you had what's your gran
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
You said you had news about the dragon.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realized that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
Well done. How do you track a dragon's flight?
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds simple enough. This seems dangerous. That sounds simple enough.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
Let's find our dragon then. Why not? Where precisely are we taking the egg?
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
Let's find our dragon then. Why not?
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No, it belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
Let's find our dragon then.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are.
Revelio.
There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons.
Cross button.
Poor thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way. At least until we've done what we came to do.
Loop triangle button. Assign top. Disillusionment. Utility. Causes confringo. Expelliarmus. Bombarda. Damage. Deals glacius. Control. R2 but.
That's a brilliant idea. I wonder how many they brought to capture. At least 10 years.
Protego! Glacius! Bombarda! Protego! Glacius! Bombarda!
Where are you, Smithy? Thought you were joining us in Borneo. I know you have your hopes about the fighting ring, but the true galleons are in Acromantulas. You wouldn't believe how much Violet and I made a few days ago. Not to mention Borneo's not half bad to look at. Anyway, we'll be moving on soon. Egypt perhaps. It's such a relief not to be weighed down anymore. See you soon, Angus. Circle button. Back.
How charming. They keep in touch with each other. There she is again.
Your journey, try again.
Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds simple enough. This seems dangerous.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
Let's find our dragon then. Why not keep the egg?
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No, it belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
Let's find our dragon then.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are. I wonder how many they brought to capture her. At least 10 usually.
Triangle button. R2.
Reparo.
Fantastic.
There she is again.
She's...
Lumo. Triangle button. Defindo. Damage. Slash. Levioso. Transformation. Control. Transform. R2 button.
From a distance.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us. Watch your step.
Stop! Pick up the gravel.
Or just raring for a fight.
There's no turning back now. Over here!
Rebellion.
Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make sure we know it. Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
Oh, she isn't making it easy.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm, if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past that. Get to that opening below. She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
There's the nest.
Cross
We're
button.
almost there. Why is every bridge here broken?
Triangle button. R2.
Reparo.
Triangle Defindo.
Now, if we just return her...
Lumos. Expelliarmus. Triangle Defindo. Damned. Expelliarmus. Incendio. R2 button.
Hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
Lumos. Depulso. R2
Descendo.
Triangle button. R2.
That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
People don't give creatures enough credit. She tried to kill us. People don't give creatures enough credit.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Not at all. But I am ready to head back. I'm not ready to leave. Not at all. But I am.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntel Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could I have been so blind?
Map, Hogsmeade. Collection chat, the three broomsticks, minding your own business. World map, the Highland, North Fort, Hogsmeade Valley. For North, the North Hogwarts region. South Hogwarts, West Hogwarts, the Highlands. Enemy level 10 to 30. Irondale. The hamlet of Irondale in the Poitsir ancient Miriam Lake, Manor Cape, Miriam Cragcrawfer, Bainburg, rescuing Rococo, Treasure Vault, Bainburg, the cross button.
Away, Highwing! Away! This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Map. The Highlands.
I do hope he didn't kidnap it, as Azkaban never had a chance in the first place.
Hello, madam. Is everything all right?
I'm simply beside myself since Rococo ran away. He's my pet niffler.
I'm sorry to hear that. It's just a niffler. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry to hear that your pet is missing.
Thank you. I appreciate your words. I mean, I've had him for years. He's lovely company. Whilst on our morning constitutional the other day, south of here, he and I stumbled upon Henrietta's hideaway. They say that Henrietta was a paranoid recluse, filled her castle with all manner of traps to keep thieves from pinching her valuables. As we drew near, the morning sun reflected off something in a window, and before I knew it, Rococo was off. I've been worried sick, but I'm not about to meddle with Merlin knows what's inside that house, or the ashwinders that are lurking about.
I'll try and find your niffler. Tell me more about Henry.
Why did...
Henrietta was a baroness who married well, more than a few times. Suspicion and isolation. Hence the terrifying traps throughout the hideaway. Not even her family has been willing to deal with them to get to her fortune.
I'll try and find your niffler. Tell me, why don't you get him yourself?
Why don't you just get Rococo back yourself?
Henrietta's hideaway is treacherous enough, but I love Rococo. But
I'll try and find...
I'll keep an eye out for Rococo.
Oh, if someone does find him...
May I see your wares?
What do you have for sale?
What's brought you here today?
Hamlet, relaxed garb. Well, dapper teal
That
ensemble.
hideaway does sound
Well,
intriguing.
rapscallion, cerulean,
Perhaps I should
cerulean
investigate
rivet,
for
dapper
Rococo's
teal
sake.
ensemble, relaxed garb. Well appointed. Required level. Crimson clockwork scarf. Cerulean rivet glove. Silver half rim spec. Rapscallion garb. Relaxed garb. Well appointed. Required level. 28. Defense. 60. Cannot upgrade. Cost. 106. Your gear slots are full.
Thank you for stopping by. Good thing the Ministry banned underage sorcery. Can't trust the young.
Toadstool tales always made me wretched.
Hengist of Woodcroft.
Cross. Cross. Map, the Highlands, Bainburg, U. Player location. Cross button. Crag Crawfer. Clagmar Coast, the Highlands. Enemy Clagmar Coast. The Manor Cape. Enemy Miriam Weem Lake. Enemy level, Miriam Weem Lake, Poipseer Coast. Enemy level. 20 to 40, infamous foe. Cross button.